If you appeal your CDR decision and you file to have your benefits continued, and the DDS still says you're not disabled, whatever payments you received while you were waiting for that pre-hearing decision or DHU decision, you have to pay those back. If you were blessed to get on SSDI, I'm sure you remember what it took to get there. Some of you had to appeal a decision or two or three, and then you finally got on SSDI, and now you're no longer a claimant, you're actually a beneficiary, and it must feel good to have that check. But what if your CDR didn't go that way? What happens then? What you may not know is this: you can actually appeal that CDR decision. When you go through a CDR and the DDS determines that your conditions, medical conditions, have significantly improved and you no longer meet the definition of disability, what they will do is cease your benefits, aka terminate, end, cancel. Know that the CDR process works the same way as an initial claim process. There are appeal levels. A little different on the CDR side because when there's only one reconsideration level on initial claims, there's actually two. Those two levels are the pre-hearing and the disability hearing unit review. So let's say you had a CDR and the DDS says that you are no longer disabled, and then they move to cease your benefits. What you can do is appeal the decision by filling out a couple of forms, the SSA 789 and the SSA 795, and you can appeal your decision, and you can also apply to continue your benefits while you're waiting for that first CDR reconsideration. Now, here are two important timeframes you need to be aware of. The first one is the 10-day window to file to continue your benefits after you get that cessation letter. The second window is the 60-day window to actually appeal your cessation decision, just like a recon. Pre-hearing review is really like a reconsideration. The DDS gets your claim back. Then they assign the case to a new examiner and MC team, and they go over the last CDR decision that tried to cease your benefits, and they make a decision on whether that decision was correct or not. And just like in a reconsideration, you still have a brand new opportunity, a fresh opportunity to submit any evidence that you think would be helpful, any updated records, any updated appointments that you've had with your doctors. You can submit things that were not included in the previous CDR, and so on. In case your pre-hearing doesn't go the way you wanted to, and they say, well, we're still standing by our decision that you're not disabled anymore, and we're going to continue to try to cease you, then you can appeal to go to the disability hearing unit. Now, the disability hearing unit is actually in the DDS. They have certain people working in the DDS who are disability hearings officers, and they're the ones who are responsible for taking you through the disability hearing unit review. Now, this review can be in person, it can be over the phone, or you can actually do it by teleconference. So you don't necessarily have to be physically there, but you could also do it in person as well. They may call you in to actually meet with you in person and discuss your claim. And you can go there with your appointed representative, the person who's responsible for helping you with your claim. And you can also bring any witnesses you have to the situation that you're in. Now, if you still get a cessation decision from the DHU, then it goes to that old familiar face, the ALJ. Now we need to cover a few important notes that I think is really important for you to be aware of. If you appeal your CDR decision and you file to have your benefits continued, and the DDS still says you're not disabled and we're going to cease your benefits, whatever payments you received while you were waiting for that pre-hearing decision or DHU decision, you have to pay those back. Because in SSA's eyes, those are seen as overpayments. And whenever there's an overpayment with SSA, they're going to get their money. Let's say you don't want to appeal your CDR decision. Well, you can do that. But here's what's going to happen. The month that you get the letter is your first month of cessation. And then you continue to get payments 2 months after the month of the date on the letter. And then you'll get those last 2 payments, and then you have to file a fresh claim after that because you'll no longer be on benefits. If your SSDI is ceased and they say that you are no longer disabled, you file to continue your benefits and you file your appeal, you can file a fresh new initial application with Social Security before that appeal, or even while you're waiting for that pre-hearing or DHU decision. Kind of nice, huh? Now, if you got through this whole video and you're not really sure what a CDR is, that's all right. I got you covered. That's what I do. So all you have to do is click the screen and it will take you to that video. And I'll see you on the other side.